If you are concerned with an opponent's brawn, then note that great wrestlers understand they must rely on their conditioned skills, a strategy designed to outwit and technically outmaneuver the stronger opponent. Size does not matter, boys. Philostratus, ancient Greek wrestling coach.
Hey everybody, John Abdo here, author of Wolves of Croton, The Untold Story of Milo. Can you see the whole poster there? Anyway, it's kind of hard to get this setup accurate. Anyway, I've been on this binge of talking about different characters in the book. Obviously Milo, Timotheus, Anipe, Milo's mother, Diotimus, Milo's father, Chiapanon, which I haven't really done a full segment on Chiapanon, which is Milo's grandfather, proud grandfather, by the way. And in this segment, I just want to talk briefly about Philostratus. And Philostratus is Milo's coach, but as a coach, he is also Croton's commander, a military commander. Croton's a peaceful state. He's a military commander. They assigned him this. It's just kind of like a paper title or whatever, because Croton is not at war. And Philostratus, not being at war, is a really frustrated military commander because he wants to fight, he wants to kill, he wants to get blood on his sword and spear tips, and he wants to collect the scalps and skulls of his enemy. But that's not to be anytime now or in the even distant future. It happens in 510 BC when Milo leads the army against the Crotonian army, or the Crotonites against the Sybarites. But Philostratus is really a mean coach because he's got all this pent-up energy and he can't kill anybody and he can't stab anybody or slash a blade or throw a spear or whatever. So he takes it out on his wrestlers, and his techniques work. They really work. Especially on Milo. He never calls Milo by his name. He calls him boy. Hey, boy. What you doing today, boy? Are you getting tired today, boy? Things like that. He shows no respect for Milo. And then there's one scene in the book, which those of you who read it know it very clearly. I think it's a great scene, is where Milo raises his hand and says, coach. And Philostratus goes to Milo, what, boy? And Milo says, I wish to raise my rank. And Philostratus says, against who do you want to raise your rank? He goes, you, sir. Philostratus goes, rank of commander? Milo says, yes, rank of commander. So Milo challenges Philostratus, obviously, as he is right there. He's naked. So now all of a sudden they have a fight, which Chiapanon endorses. All the teammates are going, what's going on here? We never seen a fight between coach and athlete, coach and student or whatever. So Philostratus goes into the armory, and because of disuse, the doors squeak open because they haven't been opened. Croton's not at war for hoplons and scabbards and swords and quivers and bows and arrows, bushkins and greaves and things like that, the whole panoply of weaponry. So Philostratus goes in, he gets himself all decked out with all this old corroded armory, his weaponry, and he comes out and he sees Milo and he says, hey, what's your chosen weapons? And Milo just puts his hands to his side and says, my body is my weapon. So they have a fight, Milo wins, Philostratus drops to his knees, bows his head, takes off his corroded bronze helmet, and says, Milo, commander of Croton. And then as he's leaving the Palæstra, Milo says, hey, I achieved my goal of becoming commander. And Philostratus turns around and says, commander? And Milo says, yes, just commander. I need a coach. He goes, you will be my coach. And Philostratus says, only if the boy will heed to my instructions. So Milo says, yes, you're my coach. I'm your athlete. I vow to become an Olympiad champion one day. And Philostratus says, okay, boy, first lesson, a wrestler's brain is his weapon. Anyway, it's a great story. It's all in Wolves of Croton, The Untold Story of Milo. Talk about not just Milo himself, but his friends, his foes, his pets. Obviously, Coraggio, which is his pet bull that he raised since birth, 88 pounds to over a ton. He carries it in and around his village and into the Olympiad arena, which allows him to entertain his cheering fans that slap the loins and tug the tail of his colossal bovine pet. I'm John Abdo. Thanks for listening. We'll catch up again soon.